Hello, this is Abram with Abram's Health and Fitness, and today I want to talk about what you can do if you've fallen off track with your health and fitness goals or other goals in life, you're dealing with stress, overwhelm, and really just talk about the strategies that I've found to be the most effective for me personally to help keep me out of a severe depression. So, if you aren't familiar with me and my story, I'm Abram with Abram's Health and Fitness. I have a successful health and fitness business that's online. I have the Kaizen Method training program that helps people get in the best shape of their life. But my life wasn't always great. It was not like this. It's not like this fairy tale. Like a lot of it. I deal with severe depression for at least 18 years of my life. And before I was recording this, I was thinking back to just how long did I have these thoughts where I was indifferent to living or dying. It was so normal to me for so long that it wasn't until I had a conversation with one of my friends that that it I just saw the shock in her eyes, and I'll get to that in a little bit. But I remember being 5 or 6 years old, and I was in a van or a car with my mom, and I was in the passenger side of the car. So I don't think I was in the front seat, but I was in the side, and I remember having access to the door handle, and I was sad. I don't know what I was sad about, whatever a 5 or 6 year old could be sad about. But I vividly remember, that moment thinking, wow, I'm sad. I should open this car and jump out while it's moving and end it. And that's not a normal thought for, a 5 or 6 year old to have. So, this is something that it's got to be genetic or whatever is going on. I don't know what's going on, but it's clearly something that is internal for me that I've had to put a lot of work into to get on the other side of this. This malaise in life where you kind of feel like it's I don't know how to describe it other than just depression. How do you get out of this depression? In the depression manifests in all these different ways. It manifests as feeling completely unmotivated. It manifests in not being able to stick to your goals. It manifests in feeling completely burnt out. So I've done a lot of work for myself, and it's what I do for my clients as well to help them get in shape. But I want to share with you today the strategies that I've used, and hopefully and maybe this will help you. Maybe this will help someone else. Maybe you could share this with someone that is going through a hard time and they want to learn some more strategies. But this has just worked for me personally. So the very first thing I want to talk about is I worked with a psychiatrist before, and this was a training client. This was not someone that was my shrink. I just love the way that he described stress and overwhelm. He describes stress as there's good stress and bad stress. Good stress is you're standing outside and it's raining. But the good stress is everything that's under your umbrella. So you're standing outside, it's raining. The rain is stress. You are standing under that rain with your umbrella, and that's your umbrella of control. Everything that's in your umbrella of control is good stress. Whatever rain splashes down around you, that's fine. You can handle it. You got your umbrella of control. So if that umbrella shrinks and you're just getting drenched with stress, the best thing you could do is to put more in your control and really try to control the controllable and not try to control what is not controllable, because that will just lead to that you feeling like your umbrella of control is shrinking and you're literally drowning in stress and overwhelm. So there was this study that was done with teachers that were teachers in the inner cities. And what they found is that there was teachers that would be there for 3 to 6 months, and then they would quit. And then there's other teachers that'd be there for 5-10 years, and they are just absolutely crushing it. They don't want to work anywhere else. But the majority of teachers that go there, it's got an insanely high turnover rate because it's the inner city. The schools are horrible. There's a lot of gang violence. Kids don't care. They're forced to be there. Everything is bad about it. The situation. Kids don't want to be there. Teachers don't want to be there. There's drugs, violence. It's all bad. So what was happening with the teachers that were sticking around? Why would any teacher stick around in this situation? Why weren't they burning out the majority of teachers? So they've done studies on this. And this is one of the things that has really helped me. And this is what I'm talking about with putting things into your umbrella of control. So you want to control the controllable with what you're doing. And they found that the teachers that were burning out, they were actually the teachers that were trying to help everyone. They were the ones trying to like go above and beyond, no student left behind. They are trying to do everything in their power to help every kid that is in their classroom, which sounds like a really noble thing to do. But what was happening was they were burning out. They were not teaching anymore. A lot of them would just quit teaching altogether after working in these schools because there's like, if this is what teaching is, I don't want any part of it. So they're really trying to figure out like why, if these teachers are saying like, hey, I want to help all of these students, why are they burning out? Isn't that like what everyone should be aspiring to do? So what they did is they studied the teachers that weren't burning out. What were they doing different? And the teachers that weren't burning out, it's not that they didn't give a shit about their kids. It was the opposite. They were really, really helpful, but they were selective with their giving. What these teachers did that weren't burning out is they were helping kids that they saw the most potential in. So the kids that they'd be like, wow, if I were to put a little extra time and energy helping this kid out, I could dramatically improve their life. They would actually work more by helping this kid outside of school, by spending like extra time with a kid outside of class to be able to help these kids prosper. Now these teachers, you would think the noble thing to do is try to help every single kid, when in reality, if you're burning yourself out, you aren't going to help anyone. So instead of what these teachers were doing is they were selectively giving their time and energy, focusing on the kids that would have the most potential. As bad as it sounds, and I'm a very firm believer in this, you can't help people that don't want to be helped. If someone wants help and they are ready for help, you can help them. If they are not ready, it is not worth your time and energy, as bad as that sounds. And that's a really hard thing to hear if you've got a loved one that you really want to help. But the truth is, in my experience, you cannot help people that don't want to be helped. It's actually gotten to the point in my business where if I have people that are like, yeah, I think I'll try it, like, let's just give it a go, I don't even take them as clients. Because you have to be ready for change if you even want to like work with me, because those people that are ready for change are actually going to see the results they want to see. If you're not ready, it doesn't work. And that's what these teachers found, is that, well, if you're trying to help everyone, most of the kids don't give a shit. Like, they don't, or I don't mean to be so like, they don't care. They don't care like whether or not they're successful. They have other things in their life. They're worried about like gang violence and like things like that. They have bigger like priorities in life than like succeeding in school. So trying to help those kids in that situation, you're not going to help them by trying to like improve their grades. You would more help them by helping them not get shot or whatever it might be. So by selectively giving, you can decrease your level of burnout with what you're doing. And if you're a teacher, if you're someone that's dealing with overwhelm, or you're a shift worker, you're someone that's like a nurse, or you work with people directly where it's like you are constantly told to really help like those people. I'm not saying you shouldn't try to help everyone. I'm saying the extra time, the extra effort you put in should be dedicated to people that can most benefit from your help. That is one of the key strategies you can use to prevent burnout. And that's something that I do with me and my business. I will take clients for free. I don't normally advertise that, but I will take clients for free if, say, it's like they're a really good fit for what I do. They can really crush it with everything that I talk about. Obviously, there's criteria that has to go into it if they want to do it for free, but I will take on clients for free and just help them out. I don't tell anyone about this. This is more of like, as bad as it sounds, this is like a selfish thing for me. By selectively giving my time and energy to these people that can really like benefit from my help for free, that makes me feel better as a person. That prevents my burnout. That helps with my level of depression. Another thing you could do, another thing that I found to be really effective, is to track your streak. And when I talk about tracking your streak, I'm talking about doing things consistently, because your emotions follow behavior. Let me say that again so it sinks in. With overwhelm, with stress, with depression, you are dealing with like a chemical imbalance. And if you want to get over that, you need to change your emotions. Emotions aren't just changed on the fly. Emotions follow behavior. So if you take behavior consistently enough, you will change your emotions because you're going to change the chemical imbalance that's in your body. So how can you do this? How can tracking your streak help you do this? So if you were to make positive changes in your life, just make a 1% positive change every single day, but you write that down and you see that you're making that change. Eventually, with the power of compounding, because 1% improvement every single day is not 365% better at the end of the year. It's like 3,800% better, because 1% the first day is 101%, then the next day is 102.1%, and then the next day is 103.12% or whatever. I can't do the math off the top of my head, but the point is that you will improve exponentially if you're just trying to focus on a 1% change every single day. And whatever that change is, that is the key. You want to pick a change that will actually be impactful for you and your mental health. Some examples that I would use for myself. One is exercising every day. So exercising every day, doesn't matter what it is. And I shouldn't say exercise. I should say do an activity. Because sometimes it's walking, sometimes it's weight training, sometimes it's whatever. But doing that every day, I have not missed a day of activity other than like if I was like physically sick and it was going to be worse for my health. I have not missed a day in years. I do something active every single day of my life. And, now that it's been like 3 years consistently now, I don't want to break that. Like, I want to honestly say I've been doing something active every single day of my life for at least 3 years now. Now, if I were to break that, that would feel horrible. And you can use this type of psychological technique to your advantage. So when people will fight to keep something they have more than to get something they've never had. So a good example is if I gave you $10, you'd be like, great, $10. But if I took that $10 away from you, you'd feel betrayed. You'd feel like, oh no, what did this guy do to me? Like, how could he do such a thing? The level of like negative feelings you have from having something taken away far outweighs the feelings of like aspiring for something. So even though you want to aspire to not feeling burnt out, although you want to aspire to like being on track and feeling motivated and doing these different things, if you want to feel that motivation, you need to have that behavior. That behavior is going to make you feel that motivation. What sounds backwards because you're like, yeah, I would love to be motivated and be consistent with it. But you need to make that activity something that's so doable that you will do it even on your worst day. So notice I said activity. Sometimes I'll do... I remember there's a time that my wife was in the hospital and I did like a 3-minute workout, which was like body weight squats, or maybe it was like 5 minutes. I don't know what it was. Body weight squats until failure. And that was my workout for the day. I didn't break my streak, and I felt great about myself. But the thing is, you have to take consistent action, and you can't make your goals so high that they're unattainable. So if you're going to pick activity every day, it can be walk, it can be whatever, but eventually you're going to be telling yourself, I'm someone that works out every day. If you tell yourself you're someone that works out every day, and you are someone that works out every day, how do you think that's going to make you feel? Don't you think you're going to feel better if you're someone that does something active every single day of your life? Yes. I mean, like, objectively, yes, you are going to feel better if you are doing something active every day of your life. And, you could start with that. But the key is to track it. I would love for it to be somewhere that's visual. So if you had a physical calendar, that would be ideal. Every single day you make like a positive change for your physical and mental health. You write that down on a calendar, like a physical calendar. It could be a notebook, it could be a calendar, it could be Google Keep, it could be Google Calendar, doesn't matter what it is. Every single time you make a positive change, write that down. And, first 1, 2, 3 days, it's kind of like whatever. It's cool, it's nice to have. But at day let's say you're at day 11, and you are just like, ugh, man, like I didn't really do like anything today, like, ugh. Now you've already gotten yourself, you've gotten your mindset in the mode of looking for the positivity in your life. You're looking for the positive changes you can make in your life to the point where you are on day 11 and you've done 10 positive changes in a row. Now that you've seen the 10, You don't want to break that and make the 11th day a bad day. You are going to find something that will be a positive change in your life, that will be beneficial for you and your physical and mental health. Then you won't want to break that streak. That's why you want to have that streak of every single positive thing you did, and that behavior is going to change how you feel emotionally. So I don't know how long is that. It's like a 15 minutes. Hopefully you've gotten something out of this. If you are in a place where you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling stressed out, you want to feel more motivated, and you don't want to fall into depression, these are things that I found to be extremely effective. And that is to keep in mind that you want to give selectively, as in give to the people, give your time and energy, but you have to do this regardless. You have to be giving if you want to feel better. Give selectively to those that can benefit the most. You want to control the controllable, and you want to focus on doing consistent actions on a regular basis that could improve your physical and mental health. Write that down, track your streak, and then that behavior is going to change your emotion. I hope you like this podcast, and thank you for watching.